Hello, this is Onyx Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing a message for Taurus. So what does Taurus need to know? So let's go ahead and see. What does Taurus need to know? All right, Taurus. So we have the sun. So illumination, shedding light on the matter. So I feel like if you've been a little confused or you've been a little unhappy or you've been in a place where you're not really sure what direction you're going in or what's really going on beneath the surface, I feel like this week you're going to find out exactly what that is. You're going to end the week with a lot of clarity. So let's go ahead and clarify the sun. All right, so Taurus, we have the Ten of Swords reverse. Ten of Swords, wow. Hierophant, Two of Cups, the Hermit, Page of Pentacles reverse, and the Page of Wands reverse at the bottom of the deck. Right. So with the everything is fine, the Ten of Swords being in the reverse at the main, at the beginning of this tarot spread, I'm seeing here that you may have been through some type of ending, some type of betrayal, some type of really disappointing situation, but I feel like you're in the process of processing that. Now, this could have happened 10 days ago. The 10th could have been important of this month. 10 months ago, October of any year. But I feel like there's something that you're kind of like, okay, this situation has ended. This phase of my life has ended. This relationship has ended. This job has ended. There's something that ended that basically you could be in a situation where like you're still there, or you're still in the process, or you're still lingering, or you're still at the job, or you're still in the relationship, or you're still in it for some reason. So we do have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like there's something that you're supposed to leave behind, a way of doing things you're supposed to leave behind, a dynamic you're supposed to leave behind, but you're not. So it's going to keep it's look at this person. It's going to keep bothering you. Like there's going to be ending after ending after ending. This is like a workplace thing, and you're trying to you're like, I should have quit my job a long time ago and found something else, but I'm staying, just because I should have left this relationship or this problem behind a long time ago, but I'm staying because blank, 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 blank. Then it's like, oh, there's one problem. And with one problem comes two. And then now you have workplace issues. And then you have problems with your coworker, problem with your boss, problem with finances, problem with your children. Like all these things keep happening because whatever you were supposed to walk away from, you're still there, okay? And if this doesn't resonate with you, then, maybe the next one will, because the messages are general and they won't resonate with everybody. But if you resonate with this, you may be trying to figure out, why the heck am I in this situation? Why the heck am I so unhappy? Why does this keep happening? Why do I keep having problems in my job? Why do I keep having problems in my home? Why do I keep having these problems? And again, it's because you were supposed to leave something, but you haven't. Now, here's the other thing about this. Sorry, guys. The other thing about this is this. Something could have happened on the 10th, okay, of any month. I mean, 10th more so like the 10th that we just had, like a few days ago, 4 days ago. Something could have happened on the 10th, the 5th or the 10th, that was supposed to be confirmation, because this reading isn't the blame game. This reading is like more so to show you where you're supposed to go, because you may be in a position where you're like, okay, I know now, the Hierophant, I know now that I'm supposed to leave. I know now that I'm supposed to move. I know now that I'm supposed to get out of the situation, or just put my hand, just throw in the towel. I know this, right? And I feel like this is why this is happening. It's not happening to punish you. It's not happening to make you feel bad. It's not happening to, put you in a bad situation. No, absolutely not. is meant to show you that you will have the support that you need to move out of a situation, to leave a relationship behind, to get out of a job, to find a new job, to, get out of a toxic dynamic that you keep getting, like, you could feel like you're getting stabbed in the back over and over and over by friends, family, systems, work, like all these things, but that's not meant to happen. So this month is going to be very important for you guys to figure out your plan, figure out your game plan. I feel like you have by the end of this month, okay? Because I feel like, especially if you felt like, God, the universe, your higher power is like thing after thing after thing after thing is happening. I feel like you have some type of delay, like you have some type of peace for a lot of you through the end of this month. But through the end of this month, you have to have a plan. Like, I'm going to do this at this date. I'm going to do this at this time. This is the date I'm going to move. This is the day I'm going to leave the relationship. This is the date I'm going to get the certification in order to, get a better job. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to figure out exactly what this looks like, okay? The Two of Cups is here. So you're going to have a friend, a family member, somebody you date that's going to help you get out of the situation as well. And then you also have the Hermit. So again, you're going to have time to research. You're going to have time to say, oh, okay, now what can I do? Like, what job do I want? Or where am I going to move? Or what place am I going to go to? Or what is my new, blank, 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 blank. However this resonates with you, you're going to have time. Even if you plan it out through Virgo season, I feel like a lot of you will figure something out as far as like a definitive change. Like some of you within the month of June, some of you within the month of July. But I feel like by Virgo season, you guys will kind of figure out, okay, this is my game plan. This is what I want to do. And it's going to be very important to go with your heart. Okay, go with your emotions, like tied to, I love this kind of place, or I love this city, or I love this job, or I love this area. So I'm going to do that, because I feel like you may be shocked at how easy it's going to be to manifest this exactly dynamic that you're going to be going or moving to or changing. So you're going to have the exact place, the exact vehicle, the exact dynamic, the exact work position, all these things that you're wanting, you're going to have. But again, it's going to be very important to trust your gut and also to have a set plan. Okay, that's all this like message is saying for this week. Have a set plan. If you've been confused about where you're going to go next or what you're going to do next, it's because of you don't know, right? There could have been just like numerous options, but the toxicity that you're dealing with, the imbalance that you're dealing with, the unhappiness you're dealing with, whatever it is in your environment, your work environment, day to day, is throwing off like your diet, or it's throwing off your happiness. It's throwing off your emotions, people around you, work people you live with, like all these different circumstances that could resonate. It's throwing off where you're meant to be. Like, you're not meant to be around these people anymore. However, take the time not to like say, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do, but take the time to kind of plan it out. And you're going to have a friend or somebody that's like, hey, I'm going to help you do blank, 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 blank. Okay. So like, this is really good, but be very specific in writing down the thing that you want, the place you want to live. Just be very specific, because you're going to have some time to actually manifest it. And you're going to be able to go through the next, month, 2 months through Virgo season to be able to see it manifest, like literally. Like you're going to be able to actionably see your goals manifest. Now, again, we also have the Page of Pentacles reverse here. So let's see what that is. So you have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, the only thing that you could do to mess this situation up, okay? And let me tell you this, is to procrastinate, okay? And like I said, the Page of Pentacles, if this was like the Knight of Pentacles or the King or Queen of Pentacles, something like that, then I would say, oh no, you need to go ahead and have your full plan. You need to have this date set. You need to have this set. You got to have this. You got to do it right now. No, you don't have to do that right now. You have time. Like I said, a lot of you in the month of 6 or 7, so June or July, you're going to know exactly what you're wanting to do, but you can't like sit and say, oh, I may do this another day. Oh, this situation sucks. I'm going to stay here a little longer. Oh, this relationship sucks. Oh, this dynamic sucks, but I'm going to keep doing it. Like, no, that's where you could go wrong. Okay. Other than that, where you want to live, where you want to be, what dynamic you want, what family situation you want, what living situation you want is all yours. You just have to kind of like write it down and go with what you love. Go with what you're going to be excited about, because again, you may be shocked at how the blockages that may seem like they're there in front of you right now are not going to be there as the next few months go by. So 7 of Swords and the 6 of Wands, like I said, you're going to have some type of success tied to whatever you're wanting to do and manifest. But the 4 of Swords is here. You're going to have to take the next like 4 days, 4 weeks to literally think about it and write it down. But like I said, for a lot of you, think about by the end of this month, where do you want to go? What kind of job do you want? And I keep saying that, but I'm trying to reiterate it. Like as simple as writing it down, okay? Write it down. I want to be here at this date or at this month. Think month and be okay with thinking in advance. Like be okay with thinking all the way through the next 2 months through Virgo season, which is the end of August, the end of September, okay? So be okay with planning it out that far because it's going to happen for you. But again, don't procrastinate in knowing what exactly you're wanting to do by the end of this month, okay? Because where you're at, what you're doing right now, the dynamic that there is, it cannot go further. And again, things are just going to keep happening until you're in a place where you're like, okay, let me write down exactly where I want to be and what that looks like. Now, let's look at the bottom of the deck, but thank you guys for hitting the like button. So the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands reverse. So there is some type of immature person or bad news or something like that coming forward toward you. Now, is it bad news for you? I don't feel that way, but let's see. Yeah, okay. So I feel like the potentially bad news would be basically you. I feel like, let's see. Yeah, if you don't leave some, I'll tell you this much, and then I'll get some advice and close it out. If you don't leave something or change the dynamic or change the way you're doing things by September, you may be very upset that like something is taken. So like, and this is just like a forewarning. If you don't resonate with it, don't take it. But like, think about it. If you're trying to leave a job, if you're trying to leave a relationship, if you're trying to leave something, like I said, there's going to be more. If something's not aligned with you, then there's more Tower moments. There's more 10 of Swords moments. You see this 5 of Swords, okay? The people around you may start kind of like trying to manipulate your finances, or, oh, you got to pay for this, or, you know, your work hours or something like that, where your work hours may get cut or something like that. Or the work environment may be so, you know, not conducive that you end up leaving it or something like that. But the 3 of Swords being here tied to the 4 of Wands, whatever your home is, whatever your stability, whatever the case may be, I feel like you want to figure this out by September. And I clarified it. And you have the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups walking away, 4 of Pentacles having the finances, having the savings, having the plan. 3 of Cups, you're going to be happy with where you are. You're leaving where you were. You're going to be super happy, and you're not taking no for an answer, but you're leaving behind the past. So like I said, don't worry about the timing. As far as like this month, I feel like you're supposed to be coming up with a set plan, not being like, oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. Maybe I should leave the situation alone. Maybe I should move. Maybe I should relocate. Maybe I should change my job. Like, you're going to have the clarity that you need. Some of you by this week, some of you by the end of this month. Okay. But there has to be something that you should write down and say, I want to move here. I want to live here. I want to, you know, do all the, and I feel like as the week goes by for a lot of you guys, you're going to know exactly where you want to be. So if you're confused right now, again, don't feel confused. You know, you're not going to be confused by the end of this month. Okay. But, and if you are, like I said, go to the Ace of Cups, 8 of Wands. Where do you want to go right now? Like when you're thinking about where's your dream place to live? Where's your dream relationship? What's your dream dynamic? Boom. What is it? then that's what it is. If you could, be at a place that you really want to be at, where is that? If you want to have the dynamic that you really want to have, what does that look like? If you want to be stress-free, but you're staying in a job, then what would you change, right? Like, think about it like that. So, like I said, there may be towers that happen in the month of September if you don't make a decision. So whatever you're clinging on to, a way of doing things, toxic situation, toxic back and forth with an ex, home, living situation, moving situation, work, all these things. Like I said, some more towers could happen where you feel misunderstood and you feel like people around you, or it's just not gonna be like the work environment or the place or the dynamics kind of may get worse. And I'm not saying that as a fear monger, because if you don't resonate with this, cool, then you don't. But what I'm saying is you have more than the opportunity right now to take, it's what, May, so June, July, August, September. You have 4 months to figure out what you want to do next. And I feel like you gotta, you just gotta trust your gut on this, and don't be in a place of lack. Okay, like really think, this is my ideal place. And I feel like by September, a lot of you will actually be there. But take this month to plan it out, okay? So what is the advice for Taurus? But thank you guys again for hitting the like button. Advice for Taurus. The situation will improve, okay? So I do feel like affirming that the situation will improve, your living situation will improve, your work will improve, your relationships, your dynamics, anything, however this resonates, it will improve. Like I said, this month, especially if you felt like, oh my goodness, I'm not sure what I want to do, I hate this job, I hate this dynamic, I hate this like, it's going to improve. But you got to have a plan. So be okay with planning things out. I feel like you're going to have the place that you want to go, the place you want to move, the relationship you want, all these things, something you want to get out of. You're going to be able to do that. But hopefully this message was helpful. So as always, if you want to book a personal reading for confirmation of your own energy, feel free to check that out. They all have 3-day delivery, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching.